Hello, and we're here ready for the Monaco Grand Prix, the 2007 season, round 5 of the season. And after 4 rounds, you can see the championship right in front of you. Larkin leads the championship only by 2 points, ahead of Schreier and his teammate. Trevor is a further 7 points back, and his teammate Mendelssohn 11 points behind the leader. So quite a fight far back. And Ferreira, a new addition in the point standings. Now, as we head to the grid, unfortunately, there's a little bit of a mistake there, but Mendelssohn's on pole position ahead of Lackinen. Travers in P3, the two McLarens right behind them, Azevedo in P6, Ramirez best of the rest, and then Guevara in 8th. Both BMWs in 9th and 10th. Ferreira, P11, Holton again missing out into Q3 and the top 10. Now's a brilliant 13th place. And another notable driver out, Durant again making to Q2, and in Q1, Quincy out. A little bit of a surprise elimination there, but he starts in P17, and Oyama and Rush round out the grids. So let's get ready for this Grand Prix. Okay, so the 5 lights, they're gonna go out now, and the Monaco Grand Prix is on the way. Oh, it's close between the top 2 here, but Travers is taken and he's going himself up into P2. So Larkin is now down to 3rd, and he's got Schreiber right behind him. And there's contact in the back. You can see Benson has damage on his front wing. So does Holton. And Benson, you made contact with one another. So will make himself up into 13th place. So these guys somehow made contact with one another. There's Mendelssohn, who leads this Grand Prix ahead of his teammate, who's quite light on fuel. 3 drivers. So it's going to be a variance, obviously, in strategy here. We'll see whether the overcut works, whether the undercut works. It just depends if they get themselves a gap ahead of the midfield, which I'm sure will be tough to do, as Ferreira had to defend here from Niles. Ishikawa getting past Holton. Quincy down the inside of Castile, all defending. So drivers making their way through to back. But Mendelssohn comes across the line to lead. Toyota need this result. They need it more than ever. They need to win this Grand Prix. Gervais made a great start. He's gone up into P9. And there's Holton in the pit lane. As this race basically ruined, unless we have a chaotic race. It's again another incident for Holton. And out he goes. Benson, unfortunately, you see like Benson caused this accident. So let's take a quick replay of the start. So Benson doesn't make a good start, and I'm going to assume the Constantina effect hits the back of Holton. And that was it, really? Not good. And let's go on board to Travers. He makes an amazing start from 2nd position here. He's wheel to wheel Blackman going into turn 1 and then fighting for 2nd place, but he gets a good enough run and puts himself behind his teammate. It's exactly what Toyota wanted. And Holton has just parked his car there. Travis nearly hits the wall there, and Lackinen is right on his tail. So he's went right. The exit, the first corner, Lackinen is right on his tail. Holton is out of the Grand Prix. He needs to find a place to park his car, and he parks it right there. So he's out of the race. The suspension, which is very rare to get, so a suspension problem. But it's probably from the incident in lap 1 that has caused this retirement, and it just has not been Holton's day at all. So Travis made a mistake, a very bad error there. He nearly crashed into the wall there. He's got to be careful doing that. Mendes has now got a 2.1 second lead in this race. Travis does a 19.2 there. So he's very quick, but we hear that he's lighter on field compared to his team by about 8 laps, 8 to 10 laps. So Lackinen does have the fuel advantage against his teammate, and I think his rivals around him. Try is another one who's pretty light, and as well as Azevedo, which is very interesting to see who they picked as the drivers to go heavy and the ones who are light. But Travis needs to build a gap. He does not want to be stopped behind any traffic behind. So we got 8 laps to go until the pit window opens, lap 20, and expected strategy 20 to 30, lap 56 to 56, and to the end of the race. Seems like it's gonna be a simple two-stop, the fastest strategy there is. I don't think anyone has tried the one-stopper, so at this point in time, it's status quo as always is the case at Monte Carlo. As the videos around the tail of Barco, he still can't find a way through that McLaren. Being behind him the whole stint, they still cannot get past him. let's look at the midfield here because the camera, unfortunately, director is not really showing us that. You see Ramirez leading a train of cars. Gervais, Guevara, and Rosales. BMW been looking quick this weekend. A lot more competitive than they usually do. Let's go an on board here from the rear wing of Ramirez. Two-tap back into the last sector. Gervais just been pounding that BMW this whole stint. Oh, he's gone wide. Gervais tries it on the inside. He hasn't been able to get past him. And so now they continue once again. And this long train cars. Gervais, Ryan is stitching with Ramirez, but he just cannot get close enough. This full car battle. And it goes all the way down to 10th place. Ferrero in P11, lonely race for him. And then you got Niles with Tool right behind him and Durant. Tool trying to recover himself into the points, but it's going to be a tough one for him. Durant, again, brilliant pace from him. And again, showing his talent. He's been absolutely exceptional this year. Here's Tonelli, who's just honestly been very disappointing, in my opinion. Very, very disappointing. And Benson is nearly closed on the back of Oyama. So that's the order. But it's still Mendelson leading ahead of his teammate. heard the radio guys. The radio's going to pitch at the end of this lap. He's only built up a 9-second lead ahead of Ramirez, and he isn't very far ahead of those midfield drivers. So he's going to get himself into the pack, unfortunately, which he did not need at all for his Grand Prix in his attempt to get P5. And into the pits he goes. Let's look at the map. Just gonna change the tires. A lot of fuel's going into that car. It's gonna be in there for quite a while. Down the straight he goes. Down the pit entrance exit he goes. And is he gonna come out free air? He will. We're gonna see his pace on heavy fuel, because obviously that's a lot of fuel that's gone onto that car. Let's see what Gervais and Ferrera come out. Gervais in clear air, so will Ferrera. So this might work out for the pair of them. And Tool as well. Thing is, the other guy's pits will be substantially shorter than theirs. Chavez, he's coming into the last sector, and he's going to pit at the end of this lap. Let's see how quick this pit stop will be, how crucial it will be for this Grand Prix as well. A decent amount of fuel, not a lot though. He will come out ahead of Ramirez. Oh, he's actually built a gap. But Willie, it's going to be very, very close. You're going to see Ramirez coming through right there. Oh, he was so close. So close. And the worst part about this all is that Ramirez is heavily fueled. This is going to cost him a lot of time being stuck behind that Renault. I thought he got him there. Try is going to be the next one to pit in. He's almost got a 5-second gap on his teammate. Let's see where he come out in terms of the traffic. Durantes ended up ahead of Tool. Not sure how that's happened in the pit stop phase. Wasn't he behind him? He must have put very light fuel. Because I find that outrageous how he's gotten ahead of him. Quite pissed up here for Schreier, but he's gonna come out behind that train of cars. He's gonna come ahead of Niles. Doesn't even seem like the pace is there for the guys with heavy fuel. But I lied, because as Vito just done a personal best. It's on a 19.4. So it's 4 tenths quicker. But there's a train of cars ahead of him that he will have to catch up. But at 2. Last time out, Lacken done a 19.2. Did a 19.2. While Mendelssohn did a 19.8. So they're both on the same amount of fuel. It seems like Lacken has more pace. It's going to be a straight fight between the two drivers here. And Ferrari being ahead in the pit lane. If they get themselves a quick enough pit stop without getting held up by Barker behind, Lackinen could end up taking the lead of this race here. Chavez clearly stuck behind Ramirez, but there's no way past him. He's going to have to wait till lap 30 to get past him. He's going to spend a long 6 laps behind that Renault. Honestly, I think both Ferrari has the best car. Because they are showing a lot of pace. As in video himself, even though he's not on the top 3 fastest laps, he is very, very, very fast. Clear. And with that heavy fields, he's matching the leaders. So clearly, there's a lot of pace in that Ferrari. The gap is nearly under a second. Lackinen is pushing very hard. He's getting nearer and nearer to that Toyota. These two are pushing each other very hard, like they did in Australia, where those two were just in a league of their own to the rest of the field. It's an absolute masterclass we're watching here today. Seems like it's going to be between the two of them again this weekend. And it seems like Toyota are back in form again. And it seems like McLaren, although a car better in these types of circuits, is not quick enough, which is a surprise. The gap is now under a second. Lackinen continues to push him on. So Lackinen definitely has the pace. And now he's unleashing it. He knows how crucial it is. You can't overtake around here, normally. So, get as close as you can with him. Put as less fuel as possible. Or put the most amount of fuel possible. And then take the lead of this race. Here's this train for P4. And Ramirez is still holding these guys up. There's Tonelli in the pits. There's Ferreira, Duran. Look at him. P15. Ishikawa is getting helped by his teammate behind, unfortunately. So, but Rush has even come out ahead of him. So Ishikawa is definitely being the biggest loser here because his teammate is too slow. We can clearly see that gap is under a second now. It's now 7/10. This pace Lackinen is putting up right now is absolutely outstanding here. This here basically kills any chance of Travis taking the win today. Lackinen, the top 4 are all pitching at the end of this lap. 6 of the top 7 are pitching at the end of this lap. Mendelssohn versus Lackinen. Let's see who will come out ahead. Through the tunnel they go. To the back. And into the pit lane they go. It's going to roll Lackinen through his pit. Stop. Into the box he goes. Ferrari will change his tyres. Lackinen is ahead. 26 litres of fuel in that car. 24 litres. Toyota have anticipated Lackinen. It still has not been enough because Lackinen is going to take the lead of this Grand Prix. They're too slow with the fuel hose. And Lackinen now leads this race. Mendelssohn will come out on P2. Oh, dearie me. Oh, dearie me. What a disaster for Toyota. And now Lackinen leads this Grand Prix. And Barker, unfortunately, lost a place to Azevedo now. It's definitely not worked out for him at all. But he's a lot closer to the top guys here with fresh tyres. So he could definitely play a role here. It's not over until it's over for Barker. Ramirez comes up behind Gervais, but he'll still come on P8. Same with Rosales, they've slopped between now. Guevara is the biggest loser of all these guys. He was P8 initially. And there's Ferreira holding up Durant. Then you got Quincy, and then you got Castile. So Lackinen now leads this race. And I think he's just going to romp away. He clearly has a lot more pace than I feel like everyone today. He's going to be piping all the fastest laps in this Grand Prix. Unless Mendelssohn can just keep up with him to do something different, but I highly doubt he can. Lap 31 after lap 78 laps of this Monaco Grand Prix. theory Madison was a mechanical issue and they pitted him with 80 liters of fuel. What a horrible, horrible strategy from Toyota. What on earth were they thinking? And they put him on the same amount of fuel as the rest of the guys, rather than put him at the end of the race. So Madison basically lost the podium there. Congratulations to Toyota. Absolute idiocy with the team as well. I mean, Madison just stays being the most unluckiest driver this season. They haven't put the amount of fuel that they should have been putting in, which is the end of fuel race. They basically put him in a situation where he's going to finish P6 regardless of what he does. He's not going to finish ahead of Azevedo and Barker because he's ahead of them in the pit lane. If I'm Mendelssohn, the amount of mistakes they have made, not a single error this season for Mendelssohn. He's not made any errors. The only thing that's let him down is this car. He had the throttle issue, and they've completely let him down once again. And there's a lot of anger, I can tell you, coming from that Dutchman. He is absolutely furious at that. And, well, questions need to be asked. What is going on with Toyota? Another pole position completely wasted. The only thing Mendelssohn could hope for is if all the guys around him have issues, because what else could he do? Travis will be pitching at the end of this lap. Durant is currently in the pits. He's got 30 laps to go in his stint to go through the tunnel. Unfortunately, as I said, Travers falling down to P6 through no fault of his own. And once again, he's going to be wondering, what do I need to do to just gain some momentum and some luck? Because it's just not working out for him, is it? He's currently stuck in this trainer path behind as we do. And look at Mendelssohn there, right on the tail of Barker. Into turn one, gets in defensive. And this Travers coming out ahead of Gervais. Lewis is right. Lewis just does not have the pace today. Try's gonna pitch in next. So Eddie pits in. Durant is gonna come out ahead. And he's gonna undercut on Ferrero and the rest of the drivers stuck in that train. Just about try not to come behind Ishikawa, which he probably will, unfortunately. But here's Schreier in the box. And he's gonna come up behind Gervais. Right, he should be fine. As long as he's not too slow, he'll very easily finish third, I think. I think from this point on, nothing else is gonna happen. Sadly. I mean, these Monaco Grand Prix haven't been exciting these last few years. They've been quite boring races. I mean, 2006 was boring, 2005 was boring, 2004 was boring. You had a few more reliability issues, but there was no overtaking. 2003, 2002 I'd say were entertaining. Definitely were entertaining. 2001 was boring, and 2000 was entertaining. So we have had a good record of exciting races around here. I wouldn't even say 2002 was exciting. I would just more say that it was chaotic because the race leader crashed. And that was lacking, obviously. Let's hope he does not do it this year. So as the video is pitching in now, and Barker is going on. Mendelssohn will stay out for another lap. So that's important. So Mendelssohn still has a chance to come out ahead. Will Azevedo come out ahead of Gervais? And Schreier, no, he will not. So Barker just cannot afford to get into any time loss with the Barker. You have one lap to push as hard as he can. No traffic ahead. He has a great opportunity to do something here. To get out of P4. That's the minimum. But he's going to need a quick pit stop and everything to go exactly right for him if he wants to finish that place. He's going to have one lap to push. I don't think Barker will do enough to get ahead of Azevedo. So we're going to go on board with with Mendelssohn for the whole lap. And we're going to see what he does. Is he going to be quick enough? Coming down. And there we go. Barker's going to pit. Now he's got to push. Push, 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 push. Now he's got to push as hard as he can into turn 1. Just looks nice and smooth. Push, push, push into that long casino square. Down to the elbow hairpin. Okay. Just gonna keep pushing here. It's a very important lap for Mendelssohn. Down through the tunnel. Breaks as day as he can into the chicane. No mistakes. This is absolutely critical. Two to back. Yeah, this is a good lap, obviously, but is it enough? That's the important thing. He even pulled 2 tenths on his teammate there. And into the pit lane he goes. Now he needs a quick pit stop. No one to hold him up. Quick pit stop from Toyota here. He's relying on the team. They've given him issues. Now he needs a quick pit stop. Out he goes. Okay, obviously this is going to be close. Never mind. As the video come ahead, he'll come ahead of Barker though. So P5, I guess that's damage limitation, but it's unfortunate. And I think this is where he's going to finish now. Obviously, depends. He definitely needs some bad luck for other drivers for this to work out. And look at this train of cars. Tools just had an awful day. Absolutely horrific day. Just been stuck behind all these guys. All race long. See, Rosal is the biggest loser this whole pit stop battle here. And unfortunately, Lackinen cannot get past these guys at all. He is stuck behind a massive train of cars. He runs past those guys. Quincy somehow found himself in 13th. So Honda doesn't have the pace today. Or his pace. Or his trim. He's gonna lap Castile position. He's down in 18th. It's a lot of cars to get past for Lackinen. And Guevara is out of the race. He's got an issue with his car. Throttle. So he's out. In the tunnel. Nothing is fine past the remnants of the traffic as it beats round the tail of Schreier. Schreier is very slow. McLaren just haven't had the pace, so him finishing there would be an absolute miracle. And look at this. Rashi has an opportunity to get past Tonelli down into the corner. He sends it down the inside. He gets the move done. Great overtake here. Tonelli's been passed. That was a great move from Roush. He locks up into the next corner. But that was not great. See, now he's out of the race. Unfortunately, engine problem, engine failure. Smoke billowing from the engine, and he's out of the race. So Red Bull, he's going to get a good top 10 finish. Unfortunately, the engine lets him down, and he's out of the race. Oh, contact there. Barker hit the back of Ishikawa there. Oh, dear me. I'm going to take a replay of that one. Mendelssohn's all over the back base and over as a video, but it's not going to make much of a difference. Oh, Barker, man. I mean, what is going on with Barker in 2007? He's nearly made a significant amount of contact where he almost broke his front wing there. And we'll have to stay behind that Super Guri. As Lackinen starts the final lap of this Grand Prix. It's been a great drive for him. He absolutely dominated this Grand Prix today. And this looks and breathes ever since Mendelssohn was taken back from his throttle issue, said the team. And another mistake from Toyota, throwing points away. And I think I can safely say that this championship is basically over for Toyota. Clearly, they can never seem to sort out their reliability issues. And when these reliability issues happen this year, it seems to happen to the wrong driver. For the title charge, you need somebody like Mendelssohn, and they've thrown it away. I mean, geez, I mean, there's 25 points, probably even more points lost. And Lackinen is going to come away with victory once again. He's just doing everything right this year, Lackinen. He's showing his absolute best, and that's exactly what we love to see. He has shone through ever since Berg's departure last year. Ferrari needed a man to step up, and they've got that man. Lackinen comes towards the line here, and he's going to win the Monaco Grand Prix 2007 edition. Fantastic drive from Lackinen. Takes his second win of 2007, and he's done it in a dominant fashion. So Travers will finish in second place. However, the consistent driver is Travers. Currently fourth in the standings. He'll finish in second place. He lost a lot of time the last few laps because he finished about 30 seconds behind Lackinen, half a minute. Schreier then, as the video and then Mendel said, he's going to be absolutely fuming at the fact that he's finished P5 today through no fault of his own. Barker will be just disappointed, just mystified. He's just not been quick at all this year. And it's becoming very increasingly worrying for the champion. And Juve, I have to say, probably the second best driver today, probably even the best performing. I mean, BMW have shown some great pace today. Ramirez will just hold on for a point. I don't think Renault had it today, so he's done a brilliant job to finish in P8. And that's it for today's Grand Prix. Lackinen wins. Top 3, Travers and Schreier. This season just hasn't been what I expected it to be, and it's a great surprise. And we've had 3 retirements now, Guevara and Holton. We'll see you next week for 2 weeks' time for the Canadian Grand Prix, round 6 of the 2007 season. See you then.